So I got two clips to show you, and one of them, well, in the first one that I'm going to show you, uh, the way that he explains it makes it really obvious how ridiculous, how silly this entire shutdown situation actually is. And then in the second one, I have one where a young lady is laying out how terrible, how awful, how absolutely I don't even know any other words, right? Just how absolutely bad the Democrat Party actually is, you know? It's almost as if, who needs enemies when you have the Democrat Party, right? Just saying. But anyway, let's jump on into this first clip that I have for you guys from Censored Truths on TikTok. Let's dive in.
Oh, hey, our budget expired. We took the same budget we used last time. It already passed the House on September 19th. We just need you guys in the Senate to go ahead and sign this so we can continue making payments, to like military men and women, federal workers, food stamps, benefits, all sorts of stuff like that. Just go ahead and sign that budget. So wait a minute, let me get this right. This budget is identical to the same one that we had last time? Yeah, it's actually identical to the exact same budget that, we all passed the last 13 times we needed to renew it. So you're saying this already passed the House. It just needs to pass the Senate and then the president will sign it into law? Yeah, exactly. There's no tricks, no hidden fees, nothing like that. We didn't add anything to it. It's just the exact same budget. Go ahead and sign it for us, will you? Nah, we ain't gonna sign that. What do you mean you're not gonna sign that? If you don't sign this, the military men and women aren't gonna get paid, people aren't gonna get their food stamps. Nah, we ain't signing that until you add 1.5 trillion worth of spending for healthcare. No, we're not going to add 1.5 trillion dollars worth of additional spending to this. This is just the budget that we've been using the last 13 cycles. We just need you to repass this, and then, we can have conversations about the healthcare later. Nah, we need to have that conversation now, or we ain't signing this bill. If you guys don't sign this bill within the next couple of days, military men and women aren't going to get paid. Yeah, that's too bad. That's on you, big dog. So you're really gonna let the government just shut down like that? Oh yeah, for sure. Until you give us our 1.5 trillion. That 1.5 trillion is gonna go to illegal aliens. Nah, we don't do that. 500 billion of that 1.5 trillion dollars you're asking for from the taxpayers, it's just gonna end up in the pockets of the insurance companies, right? We could talk about that later, but for right now, y'all better add 1.5 trillion dollars or we ain't voting for it. If you don't vote for this, the men and women in the military will not get paid. Once again, that's on you, big dog. All right, fuck it. We ain't giving you your 1.5 trillion and we're just gonna go ahead and pay the military anyways. I bet, that's a lawsuit. Go ahead and start the paperwork. Let's sue this motherfucker. What? You're gonna sue us because we decided to pay the military anyways? It's either that or you could just add that 1.5 trillion. Fuck it, we'll just see you in court, I guess. I bet, go ahead. We'll keep this closed till November 1st and see how you like it when people don't get their food stamps. Really? You're just gonna use the American people as leverage like that? You could just give us that 1.5 trillion. No, fuck that. You could just sign the bill, open the government, everyone gets paid, the military will get paid, everybody will get their food stamps, and the country will run like normal. Just 7 of you need to sign for this bill. Well, when you put it like that, no problem. I'll get 7 of my people to sign it as soon as you add that 1.5 trillion. Once again, you're not getting that 1.5 trillion. If you keep this up, we're just gonna bust out the nuclear option and go ahead and reopen the government without you. Anybody else smell another lawsuit? All right, you keep it closed, and when people start getting hungry, we're gonna make sure they know it's your fault that the government shut down in the first place. Oh, you want to play hardball? Yo, hit up CNN. Tell them to tell the people that we had our judges force Donald Trump to give food stamps. No, we're not legally allowed to do that. When we used emergency funds to pay the military, you guys sued us. Plus, there's only enough emergency funds to cover about half of November's food stamps. Sounds like another you problem, big dog. Oh, okay. All right. Watch this.
Yeah, so shout out to him, man. Let me bring back up his account. Censored Truths on TikTok. Here, I'll post it on the screen for you. So you guys can go and give him a follow. Let him know we appreciate him. Because that was a perfect breakdown. For anybody in your life that is still blaming Uncle Trump or Republicans for this shutdown, just show them that clip right there. Share this video with them so they can see that clip, because that was a perfect explanation of what is actually happening right now. Trump figured out a way that we could still pay the military, and some Democrats got mad, right, and threatened to go after him. And this whole shutdown is completely ridiculous from the beginning, and he broke it all down. They voted on this same budget like 13 different times under Joe Biden, and now all of a sudden they don't want to vote on it because they want the government shut down, because they can't get their way, which these are the same folks who scream about democracy, democracy, democracy. Well, we democratically elected our president, Uncle Trump, and not only did we do that, we gave him the House and we gave him the Senate. Unfortunately, in the Senate, we have the filibuster that is there, so we need 60 votes instead of just a simple majority, unfortunately. So that's been a little bit of a roadblock. But yeah, Trump has threatened to go with the nuclear option and get rid of the filibuster. Now that's a little bit of a bitter pill right there to swallow, because there's good and there's bad that can come with that. There's good in the fact that, Republicans reopening the government and getting rid of the filibuster now gives us the ability to just pass things with a simple majority, which means that Trump can ram through his agenda, the agenda that we all voted for him to pass into law. But on the flip side, now if the Democrats ever get any type of control back, we all know what they're going to attempt to do. Some absolutely bonkers stuff. They're absolutely going to attempt to do some bonkers stuff. So it's a little bit now, but also at the same time, we got to flip back to the other side. If Trump is able to ram through his agenda, which is going to be an agenda that's going to be great for America, but then also on top of that, reopen the government, get people their assistance back going, and get people paid again. That's also going to look bad on Democrats. So then that's another blow. So maybe they don't win the midterms because Uncle Trump reopens the government by via the nuclear option, which he's already been advocating for going that route. I'm a little like I could see both sides of that issue. Why some Republicans would be like, nah, bro, because if Democrats ever win again, we know exactly what they're going to do without that filibuster in place, right? But then also, I can see the other side where it's like, no, bro, we need to get our agenda through. And who's to say the next time, Democrats are in control, they aren't going to try to get rid of the filibuster anyway, So I see both sides. I see both sides. At the moment, I tend to lean like, let's go nuclear with it. Get rid of the filibuster. And let's get this agenda rolling. But I barely lean that way. As of right now, that could change. Y'all can let me know how you feel in the comments. All right. Now, I want to play the second clip with you guys, or for you guys, with this black lady here. It's absolutely wonderful. Check it out.
Who needs enemies when you have Democrats? As an American citizen, I feel very betrayed by the very same people that live within this country. They hate me. Democrats hate me. And it's not just one group of Democrats, it's all of them. All different racial backgrounds, all different religions, everything. They hate me. On one side, I get black Democrats tell me every time that I'm not one of them. I get reminded by them that Trump hates me, that white Republicans, they'll never accept me. But these are the same people that cry day in and day out about being oppressed, about being racially discriminated, about how the system marginalized them. But yet, here it is. I'm somebody that looks like them, but I just don't think like them. Then you have white liberals, white Democrats, who want to tell me that I am a victim. They tell me that I am oppressed. They want to tell me things that I'm not. And they actually have the nerve to tell me that I should be ashamed of myself because I support Trump, or I'm a Republican, or I wear a MAGA hat. They want to tell me that as a black person that I should be ashamed of myself just because of that. But yet, this is the same party that made it an institution to hate black people in the first place. Democrats would rather care about foreigners, illegals, than me as an American citizen. Democrats would tell me that I don't belong in this country, all because I'm on the opposite side, but yet I am a legal citizen. I am a naturalized citizen that came here the legal way, but yet they support illegals that did not come here the right way and do not belong here. Democrats hate it that I have my own free will and my own mind. They hate it that I think for myself. They can't stand it when they try to indoctrinate me with their ideals and it just doesn't work for me. I counter them every chance that I get. Because Democrats hate Trump so much that they will continue with this government shutdown. Basically, they are cutting their noses to spite their faces, all because they hate Trump. And because they hate Trump, they hate me. So you tell me, I live amongst hate in my own country by a party that doesn't care about me. If that's going on, who the heck needs enemies?
100% facts, man. Shout out to Maddie DeVera. Shout out to her. Hand her that apron, baby. Hand her the apron because she was cooking. Absolutely cooking. And I've talked about this several times before in the past, right? It's clear and obvious that the Democrats don't care about black people. I mean, it's obvious. It is so blatantly obvious. The only time the Democrats want to even speak about black people is when there's an election. That is it. That is all. When they need some votes, that's when they want to talk to black people or talk about black people. That's it. Right? But then also, if you want to go beyond that, the proof is in the pudding. And I always go back to the example because we all have seen it and heard about it, and I've talked about it here on this channel and shown the videos and everything. Look at what happened in Chicago. In the black areas, they closed down the school, but as soon as the illegals came back, all of a sudden they got all the funding in the world to fund these schools. But they told the black people that they had to close the schools because they had no more funding. But the illegals come and all of a sudden they can find the funding somewhere. All of a sudden they can fudge the numbers and move things around to make sure that they got the funding for the school. Not only just to reopen it, but to renovate it so that the illegals can live up top while their kids go to school down below. Where was that money for the black people that you claim you care so much about? You know, and it's funny when you have these white liberals telling black conservatives that we should be ashamed of ourselves. As if, you know, it's almost as if they feel like they still own us. Like, how dare you? How dare you not bow down whenever we tell you to do something? You know, that's what it seems like when white liberals are trying to tell us what the hell we're supposed to do and vote and who we're supposed to vote for. Like, they're offended that when they told us to jump, we didn't say how high. You know? It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And there's, and like she talked about, there's some black people who will call me all types of names, bootlicker and Uncle T and the C word, and I'm caping for the white man. And it's like, no, I'm not. Actually, you are. You're the one that voted for a white man that called black kids roaches. You're the one that voted for a white man who said Barack Obama is the first clean and articulate mainstream black male. You're the one who voted for a white man who said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. So explain to me how I'm the one that's the bootlicker. Sounds to me like you are. And I can go even deeper into that conversation, right? We could talk about how the Democrat establishment didn't even allow their own voters to pick who they wanted to run for president. They gave their constituents Kamala, and people just lined up. Oh yeah, yes, massa. Yes, that's who you want us to vote for. Yes, massa. Yes, massa. We gonna line right up. You know, we always talk about democracy. And the time that our party just subverted democracy, didn't even let us vote on who we wanted to be the next candidate. They just gave us somebody. We ain't gonna say nothing now though. We just gonna line up. You told us to jump. Well, how high? How high, massa? How high? You know, it's absolutely crazy, man. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Make sure you guys share this video. Hit that like button and subscribe, all right? Hit that subscribe button. There's still quite a few of you that have not hit that subscribe button yet, so make sure you do so today. Stay safe out there. I appreciate y'all. Peace and love. I'm out.